So hello and welcome guys to another live market trading. So today is 9th September, and so let's just do the top down analysis. So London will open in about 10 minutes from now. So initially I have written down in my notebook that 9 September 4 hours. So 4 hour is currently bullish, as if you can see here. 4 hour is in a very bullish state. We are consolidating for the past this month. August full month has consolidated within a single range. It came down, swept the liquidity, swept the liquidity. Then it came down, swept liquidity, swept liquidity. So if you see here, this high was created within this range. So then this low got taken, liquidity sweep within the daily FBG. Then again we went and swept the buy side liquidity. Then again we came, swept the sell side liquidity, swept it again within the daily fair value gap. Then again we went up and swept the liquidity, came down, swept the liquidity again, went up, didn't sweep that liquidity, didn't sweep this liquidity, directly went up and overall swept this liquidity here, and it didn't give any pullback. So I was expecting some movement within this daily FBG, but it didn't happen. It directly went up and took the buy side liquidity. Okay. So yes, so today what I'd like to see, I'll just explain it quickly. So let's go into the 1 hour time frame. So 4 hour, I didn't think the market will just come to this 4 hour FBG right away. I thought this will be my initial drawn liquidity for the London Open, but as you can see, the market just mitigated my uh, initial draw. First draw I was expecting. So within London session, see, if you can see here 30 minutes, this 1 hour FBG got ran through to the downside. First, if you see here, buy side liquidity got swept. This is the external buy side liquidity. This buy side liquidity got swept. We got a pullback inside this range. This range which was created. I'll just let's of this. So this range which had created here, it came within the range. It rejected the equilibrium, went and took high. Then again we came to the equilibrium, again rejected, went and swept the buy side liquidity. Okay, for the second time, and it swept multiple high over here. Okay, this there are multiple external high, it swept that. Then we have seen a pullback to the change directly. If you can see, after the candle that swept that, we saw a pullback to the initial range which the market was in. So in the 4 hour time frame, I drew the equilibrium, and this is the 50% area, and within that this is the 4 hour was the first drawn liquidity. So now when I zoomed into the lower time frame, if you can see 1 hour FBG, 30-minute FBG got ran through within one 15-minute or 30 minutes candle. Then we got a retracement to this range flip. So market is very fractal. Okay, so every like equilibrium is a major part of the what is the way the market moves, as I like to see it, as the I've tested it. So like the market just can't keep just running down in a single line. Okay, it needs to come back to grab some liquidity or get like balance equilibrium, then it heads on to the direction it wants to go. Okay, so it broke through that, so we are bearish. Then it took the Asian low. So this was the previous Asian low, but now this Asian low has changed to this one. Now the market situation has become a little bit tricky. So I thought today will be an easy day, as the market was hovering here. I thought after this got broken, we will consolidate here. Then I could look for a manipulation within this 1 hour or 30 minutes. Then I could eventually target this 4 hour for my initial draw, and I'll close out the day. But it didn't happen that way. So in the 1 minute time frame here also, internal model played out quite nicely. If we see here, external got swept here, manipulation. Then we got a change in the state. Let me close this. Then we got a change in the state, series of down close candle with displacement, a lot of displacement. That's what is needed. So past few trades, I was missing some displacement. Like the not I'll not say the problem. The mistake I'm making is some trades, either I'm like not taking displacement, and I have reason also to provide why I'm not. Sometimes when there is a displacement, if I let's say let's just run this candle. Okay, let's say we got a displacement. Most of the time when I wait for the next candle to form, the market just runs through. Very barely does it come back to the change in the state to give us an entry. Okay, so that's why I make some mistakes there. And second, I make some mistakes in the manipulation. if you see here, this was the external buy side liquidity sweep of the range which we initially were in. Okay, then after that, what happened? We got a change in the state, but there was no displacement. Then again, we went an internal sweep. Then, if you see zoom in the lower time frame, we can call this a displacement. Series of down close candle, candle close by the displacement, pull back to the change state. Here would be the trade, but this is 6:30 am Asian session, so this does not count. Okay, so now if you go here, after this external, the internal was here, which it got swept here. If you see here, then this model is exactly playing out. But since I trade London session, it doesn't matter if I look at it and all that, but I need to trade the London session. Oh, so London session will open in 5 minutes. That I've explained it. My bias currently, it's a mixed bias. If you can see, 4 hour is rejecting nicely. So we might pull back. We might see some again manipulation here. Then we might continue downwards. Or this was the initial move. It captured the liquidity, swept this low. You can see here, swept this low, swept this low. Also took the 4 hour Asian liquidity. Now the market can just head upwards. Okay, now both the things can happen, bearish, bullish bias, both I am considering, but I need to see some internal model play out in order to confirm that. So yeah, that was it for the explanation. I do need a to see some internal price action playing out in order for me to confirm the bias which I want. Overall maximum, I'll just quite write it down. Let's do the analysis again once more. So I'll pause the video here. There's nothing to mention now, and as I see some internal model playing out, I'll start the video again. Okay, that was whatever I had to say. I have said. I'll pause the video. Learn and open in 4 minutes. So let's see what happens. See, I'll say it one more time. My initial thinking was the market will consolidate it here after it ran through the 1 hour FBG. Then we can see some manipulation here. Then we can see initial to take this 4 hour liquidity. But what happened is before the London Open, it went and took this liquidity, which means this my initial draw has been cancelled and this got rejected. Means bullish order flow is coming in the market. Okay, now for the short term, since this is the 1 hour, I am trading the 1 minute. So if the 1 minute, my sometimes my trades are done within like this much movements, my trades are done. So I don't need to like keep my full bearish bias or bullish bias all the way through. I need to see some internal model playing out. External model is playing out. Let's see if it plays out or not. Because what I was explaining is, if you see here, buy side liquidity swept, internal manipulation. I'll just delete this out. Let's delete. Okay, so I need equilibrium is here. So I need to mark it. Delete this. Okay. So now it's a bit clear. So buy side liquidity, this is delete this also. This is the external. So this is the external initial buy side liquidity. It gets swept, creates a high. This gets swept, internal liquidity swept. Now we get a change in the state. So if it doesn't close below this, this was considered a initial change in the state in the higher time frame, which would guarantee a bearish trade. But since the 1 hour candle will, let's see if it closes below this or not. It will close in 1 minute 30 seconds in the London Open. So if it doesn't happen, then this was just a liquidity sweep. Then we need to see some internal model playing out for me to target the Asian high. Okay, it all depends on the initial lower time frame model also playing out, because in the higher time frame this is a simple external getting taken out, internal swap, changing the state with displacement. If it would have closed somewhere here, then I would look for a internal what you say, internal model within this order block, or if we see this present IFBG, but this shit didn't happen. So yes, let's see what happens. And if you see the my funded futures, I don't know what the fuck this is, 269%. So first trade I had taken here, I did that, like, if you have seen the video, I you know what I had done. Like I changed the price, and yesterday's video I mistakenly closed the trade, but yesterday it played out quite well if you look at it that way. If I go to the 5 minute time frame, I had taken the trade around here. Okay, so here I had taken the trade. This was the trade here in Euro FX. So just to clear out Euro USD, I'm taking the trade in Euro like futures. Okay, I'm just analyzing here because the pair in Euro FX 6 EU 1 minute candle is like I can't see the 1 minute candle. Okay, see, there is nothing. Okay, that's why I'm analyzing the 1 minute here and there is both are similar only. So that's why I'm trading this. So if you see here, I'd close the trade here, and what I would have done was close one position here, put the trade at break even, and leave a runner open. Okay. So initially I would have get stopped out and break even. But if you see here, if I put up my, if I not move my stop loss initially, this liquidity got taken like within like let's say 9 So that day only, like within 1 a.m. I would not have to. I'll make sure I've closed it somewhere here only if I would have left it running. But most likely I would put up my stop loss to break even. I had done that. But initially what I had done was mistakenly I closed both contracts here only. So one contract what had happened was after we got a displacement in the 1 minute time frame, I had entered here, then second I had entered a little bit above. Okay. So yeah, that's it for this pre-market. So London is already opened. Let me just set my charts accordingly. So yeah, this is the 1 minute. Let's open the EuroFX. So now I learned how to do that. Now I'm not going to be making any mistakes, because now what I need to do was, if I, let's say I take a sell here. Now at my TP, let's say I take two contract sell here. And at the TP, I need to put one buy order. I thought what had happened is, let's say sell comes here, then here once it comes here, another buy order will get activated. But that's not the case. Once it sells here, I just need to put another buy order here, buy limit order. So once the market will come here, it will just get automatically filled. I didn't know that in future. So I don't trade futures. I'm trading futures like since day 6 7. I didn't know anything. I should just watch Justin's video, and just from there I learned the forever model, if you call it that. So yeah, that was the explanation. London is open. Let's see what we get. Asian low. We did reject this. So near this both did get ran through. That's why I have marked this. I will not pause the video. Let's just look at it that way only. So if I do see some internal manipulation to the upside, then I might just take the trade here. Let's see if the trade, okay, so everything is okay. Let's see, sell, buy, yes. So one contract I will enter in the change in the state. So if the change in the state doesn't give displacement, it will just stop me out. If it does give displacement, then I will enter the second position in the displacement. Okay, it's simple as that. Or either I can set my take profit here also. But what happens is, I cannot just enter my take profit and let it run. Okay, that's the thing. Let's see what happens. I have set my charts and all that. It's looking good, like pretty bearish. I cannot lie. I need to see some. See, this is the internal. I need to see some internal. What do you say? Equilibrium. To put here, here. Equilibrium is exactly here. So if you see some manipulation here, there is no manipulation here. But if you see some manipulation here, within this 1 hour has become the IFVG now. Nor IFVG, because 1 hour bullish FVG got ran through to the downside. Right. See here, 1 hour FVG was here. It got ran through the downside. Now it can be used as a manipulation or pull back to the equilibrium. Did this one did get liquidity swept the 4 hour time? What you say? 4 hour FVG. That's the only concern. It's not a concern. It's just my analysis throughout the day. So this is the Asian low. Asian high, have I marked it out? Yes, I have marked it out. Same session. Equilibrium is this below red line. So I'll pause the video here. If I do take a trade, I will just unpause the video there, and I've explained everything. See, now if we do see a manipulation here and confirm a CISD with displacement, then only I'm targeting, then only I'm taking a sell trade. If I don't see internal model playing out here, then I would like to see, okay, see, we are showing some bullish momentum. But if you don't see that, I will see some, we either close off the 79%, then we pull back and take a trade. So if you don't get a sell trade here, then the buy trade will be the position for the buy trade will be much later on the day. Okay, that much I would like to say. So I'll pause the video now. We are rejecting the equilibrium as of now. Let's see what happens. Luckily, as recording, many times it has happened. I've said so many things. Then after that, I realized that I'm not recording. So just a quick update. So London has been opened for around half an hour. So we are kind of consolidating here. So at first I thought that we might see some sweep here. Then I could have been a little bit. I could have entered or something like that. I was hoping. But if I see here, this 1 hour FBG with IFBG which I said, this is perfectly overlapping with the previous FBG. You see here, this FBG and this FBG are same. Sorry, not one. This is the 15 minutes. Sorry. So 1 hour FBG is exactly the 15-minute FBG, which I am considering a point of interest. Okay, so I thought we might see some manipulation within this, but I don't think so. We are going to see anything. That's sort of just consolidating. It neither has broken, neither has taken the Asian high, neither has went up to take the Asian low or either high. We are kind of within again in the range. Mainly, I think so. There is no news today. There is nothing. Yesterday also there was no major news or something, but I did catch a trade yesterday. There was no much volatility. There was some consolidation, but I did manage to get a trade. There is nothing here. Tomorrow, let's see what is there. Okay, tomorrow there is PPI. So in PPI, I do trade. That there are no much. What do you say? Move that like it consolidates only CPI and unemployment claims. I don't trade a red folder, but let's see what happens. So today is consolidate. So within the first 1.5 hour, let's say now I will leave it for more half an hour. If within the half an hour it just consolidates within this, then I will probably end my trading session, because most likely if London begin like the first 1.5 hour of London open, if it ranges within a single area, it most likely will consolidate within the Asian range, and then the New York will do the manipulation move. Okay, most likely that can happen, but let's see if do gets any opportunities. We are kind of consolidating. So when the market was here, it came down here. Then I thought that we might get a sweep of this, but no, it retraced quite suddenly. So yeah, that was the update. I'm just, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just listening to some music. So I'll pause the video. Let's see what happens. So as you can see, Asian liquidity got swept, and we have also broken through the 4 hour FBG. Okay, 1 hour has not closed yet, but it is still rejecting off of it. If you technically see, we are in the, we have not yet come to the initial 4 hour equilibrium. Okay, but we are seeing a massive 4 hour candle. Let's see if it closes below this. Still, it will take 1 hour. 15 minute has closed through the 4 hour FBG. No doubt about that. If you take this movement as it comes to the equilibrium, okay, so it has come to the equilibrium of this range. This was the 8th September. So yesterday's after New York PM. So now it's kind of a mixed fire. So I'm wondering whether if it comes to this point, whether see changing the state for 1 minute has to be here, because there are no down close up close candle here. Going to the much lower time frame, still it is still here for the change in the state, and there are no point of interest. There is only equilibrium of a range for me to take a buy trade. But for a sell trade, there are no. This can be only a change in the state for the higher time frame and pull back to the change in the state, then take the trade to the downside. But that is not enough conviction, because overall, if you see the 4 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame is still bullish. Just because of one candle, it doesn't turn bearish. If you see higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Now this has to make a higher low for it to make a higher high. Okay. So I'll wait for more. So it has already been 1 hour. I'll wait for more half an hour. If within next half an hour, so within 2 p.m. if I don't get any solid solid conviction for either of the side, I'm going to call it a day and not trade, because what in the beginning of London session is it recording is. So in the beginning of London session, it is good to have a mixed bias because you are taking in the data what the market is feeding you. But going into the London session, one hour into the London session, if you still don't have a bias, solid conviction about a single side, then it's kind of a you are just chasing the price. If you see in the higher time frame, series of round close candle close below that with displacement, but it rejected the first time, so it is a bit confusing for me. There was no sell side opportunity here as well. There was no sweep. There was a SMT, but just based. I have never taken a trade just based off SMT because I don't have enough conviction just based off SMT. That's why I didn't take. And overall, it was bullish. So I was thinking maybe it can come to here for a manipulation. Then I can think of a sell side trade, but no. So I'll pause the video here. If I let's see what happens. So after a long time, after consolidating, we might see an opportunity here for a buy. Let's see what happens. Stop loss. Let's see, and so okay, so it has closed. I placed a buy order. Sell stop is here. Confirm. Now I need to see this break. As this gets broken, my entry will be. I'll add another contract. Sell stop is how much? Dollars. 17 1748 485. So it is 185. Let's see the 5 minutes close. Let's see this. So let's see some close, then a pullback, then I will most likely enter my next position. So it is recording as if it just rejects this, then there will be no entry. Let's see what happens. I have entered the trade. Let me open my trade of it. Speed of motion. I'll open it here. Thus it will get leaked. See, we have seen a breakthrough to the Asian low. Then we saw external sweep, internal sweep, changing the state with displacement. Then here is the entry. Okay. Let's see what happens. So I was thinking about not entering, but it's still 2 p.m. has not ended. That's why we did get opportunity within that time. So I have entered it. Let's delete this. So that is the trade. If I do get stopped out, I will update the video. I've already explained the trade, everything. If I do get stopped out, I'll update the video. If my first break-even point will be somewhere around here. 30 minutes will be my first break-even point. Or if it breaks through this with a little bit displacement, then I'm thinking of adding another contract. Let's see what happens. If it breaks through this, let me just mark the 5-minute FBG. Okay. This one. Wow. This is the deciding. If it breaks through this, then I'll enter my second position, second contract, second unit. So yeah, that's it. I'll update whatever happens. See, the reason I paused the video here because there is nothing to add. So I don't make emotional decision based on the trade. So either it hits the stop loss or either I put at break even and I'll just show you that time. But I could have entered in the pullback, but most likely after such volume it just bounces off. So I entered in the CIST. And if you do get a break, then I'll enter the second position. So I have added my second position also. Just for that I have paused the video. If you can see two quantity, and both the sell stop are here only. One sell stop is here. Confirm. So another sell stop I need to put here. Sell stop. I would have could have entered here also in the pullback, but since this got broken through with displacement, I've entered it. But I don't think so. I've put it exactly right. Let's see. This I'll add it here. Sell one stop at least. Then okay, so yes, both the sell stop are there. Now one contract will be taken out here. It's what 178,550. 178.50. 178.50. So the if 5 minute has closed above the 4 hour FBG, which gives some more conviction to target this high. Which affiliate also. So now the rejected part of okay. So it's the first sell limit. So the first contract. Technically, if it does sweep, it has not closed above. That's the only body I have as of now. But let's see what happens. I will pause the video here. Most likely this will be a pullback and eventually head to the upside. So I'll pause the video. Both the contracts have been entered successfully. One is here, one is here. So yeah. So my first target has been hit, as you can see. This was my first target. So according to this, I will put my stop loss to here, both the stop loss, because this was my initial analysis as to why it can also return. Okay, that's why I will put my stop loss to, sorry, stop loss to break even, not break even actually. I'll put it at this low. Okay, both the sales stop are here. Now see, this is the 1 minute time frame. This is the 5 minute time frame. In the 1 minute time frame, there is a 30-minute FBG. This is a 30-minute IFBG. Is this the IFBG? Let me check once again. Okay, so yes, this is the IFBG. So this can return here. But if it doesn't return here, it can break through this point. Okay, that's the difference. And that is this 30-minute FBG here. Another. I'll just mark that also out. So 30 minutes, 30-minute FBG. Okay. So main priority for me now is this has already been broken through downside. So this can be a retest and follow through. That's why I put my stop loss to here. I've not yet put a break even because it can also return. Okay. So after this gets either broken through, then I can put my stop loss to break even and I'll close one contract here. Okay. So I'll mark one here. Mark one here. So I'm analyzing according to this chart. Okay. I'm not analyzing according to this chart because this chart I cannot read it. My sell limit is here, one contract. So this will be most probably 300 to $400. So let's see what happens. The trade of it, okay, 130. Let's see the position. So total PNL, but my open orders are two orders are open. So is each order 162 or both the orders are 162 each? That I'm having a hard time to figure out. How do I find that out? See, it is rejecting 5 minutes, but let's see. It must reject because it's a 30-minute IBG. That's why it is set here. ISG. Oh. So two contracts both are showing 112. I think so. Both are together only 112. But yesterday when I had closed the trade, it was showing $187 profit. So once I had closed the trade, you see here, what is this? You see here yesterday, 227. How did that happen? So you see here, let's see the yesterday's trade. Let's go to the studio. And I need to go to the gym also. It's 45 minutes. So I'll just keep the trade running and I'll just go to the gym. Let's see what happens. I'll let's see if I can manage the trade through my phone. Let's go to the video and let's see when I close it. Let's mute this. When did I close it? Okay. See, okay. So okay. So both are combined to 37. Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought that both were the same, like 237 at it. So like both the position are with this only. Like both the position are $162 in profit. Now I understand. Sorry. Get this. Okay, now I understand. If I close both, now profit will be $160. That means each trade is running $81 of profit because this is a micro or mini, whichever I think it's micro, whatever it is. So I'll leave it at that. Let's see what happens. I'll update you. Now I'll go to the gym, 10-15 minutes. I have put both still stop here. I think so. Let's see, I'll log in my what is a phone and I'll manage the trade from here onwards. Then I'll give the confirmation the whether what has happened to the trade and all that also. Okay. Let me log in. I've logged in, but my trade of it is not logged in here. So how do I log in my trade of it? Okay, so I'll just pause the video here and I'll do the rest after trade has finished. So yes, guys, trade update. I think so. I'm going to get stopped out at break even because if you see here, the 1 minute analysis were perfect. So as I had predicted that most likely it will reverse from the 30-minute FBG. The IFBG had hold it, but it didn't. It broke through, but this 30-minute reacted very abruptly, and the market didn't go to take the Asian high. So I thought it can go to take the Asian high, but the amount of volume it is coming down from below. I think so. I'm going to get stopped out. So I'm not going to show the screenshot, but once the market had broken this point, after this, then I put my stop loss to break even. Now, what the stop loss? I think so it is break even, or I don't know what it is. I think I'm going to get stopped out. It's clearly I'm going to get stopped out. Okay, so it has come down. Sorry, this one trade of it. Let's see. I thought this was a okay trade because in less and everything went on to 2.9 trade. My stop loss was here initially, then I put it here. So there is nothing I can do. I'll close it here only. Or should I? Same thing if I close it here also. It is technically I put it at break even. So I just close the position here. So yes, I've closed the position. So now if it returns, there is nothing I can do. The technical I put my stop loss. This is the break even point. How much I've closed, I don't know. What is this? Cancel and return. What your maximum is would you okay, let's do that later. But I've closed the position here. Orders summary. Okay, so we have closed at break even exact $2 profit. I have closed it at. So yeah, that was the explanation. I'll just quickly explain it one more time. If you see here, my overall bias was first, it was bullish. Okay, so first my bias was bullish. I thought it will retest the equilibrium, then we can see a reaction, but that didn't happen. 4 hour got ran through to the downside. Then one while we came here, we saw internal manipulation, internal model worked out. Then I took a trade here, my entry here. Now I disregarded the 4 hour FBG at it as after that it got ran through. I entered my second position, and overall I thought this like in my Forex account, I would have closed the trade within this only because I can take out partials and all that. But here I can't do that. So two contracts, either I need to close both, I need to do that. And I'm new also, so it is a bit different. All right, so all that I would have definitely first that I would have closed it in this 50% because if you see here, I had entered here. This one, as you can see, is 13 pips. So my stop loss was like 7 pips. So yes, after that I would have kept the runner running, my runners open, and I would have eventually closed it out. Okay, so that is the explanation for this trade. So it is a break-even trade. No worries. Like I think so. I need to do some better like execution. Everything is perfect. Just like like there is nothing wrong with this trade. I think it has worked out perfectly, but I didn't close it here. Like I would have closed it in this 30 minutes, but technically in this 5 minutes it has not even reached the stop. Okay, so if I'm taking the trade in here 5 minutes, so I was hoping that this would be my first take profit. Then I can leave the this is Asian high. Then I can leave the runners open because it was bullish in the 4 hour time frame. So that was my bias going into after I entered the trade, and I've entered the trade a little bit late also. So yeah, that was the explanation. I'll just take the quick screenshot for the thumbnail. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you have any problem, you can comment down below. And yeah, that's it.